Why don't we start revealing some brackets? We're going to go to the North region. Here's the North seeds. So, Joe, I'm going to pass this to you. I know you love Volo, right? They're your local favorite, #1. So we'll zone in on this matchup. We got Volo as a 6 seed, Pastoral and Boston 11 seed. Posto of Somerville is a 3 seed, and I think you're familiar with Leone's in Somerville. They're a 14.
So right off the bat, I think Leone's, we got ourselves a nice 14 seed here.
Sure do.
2 Somerville, great places going at it. To me, Volo's going to move on, but I got Leone's on the upset here. Do I want the half box, the full box? I know it's cash only, but Volo and Leone's are moving on in my book.
Yeah, I mean, so it's only going to be, so the format this year, the Roni Rumble, it's going to be groups of 4 and only 1 out of the 4 move on. So otherwise we'd be doing this. I'd bore my followers.
Yeah, forever.
1 out of the 4.
All the way for me, guys.
But this is a diverse group. You got the Detroit style with Volo. You got people love Sicilian pie, the Leone Sicilian, and then you got 2 Neapolitan pizzas.
I love Volo's Detroit, but there's other pizzas I like. But of these 4, and Leone's is one of my favorites. Volo, moving on, baby.
All right, Volo's getting moved on. Square Deli got the 1 seed. Mike, we got to agree on that one. The committee said Square Deli that is #1 in the North.
Down in Naples, Florida, and I was just telling my father, we were just talking sourdough bread. They have the sourdough
pizza crowd. Yeah, there's a couple sourdoughs in here. So Square Deli is 1. They got the 1 seed. Joe, if you have not been there, the place is unbelievable for pizza.
In Everett.
Yep.
Oh, I've heard all about it. This is also an interesting bracket. So there's some unknowns a little bit to me. Sogno, have never heard of it. Am I saying that right?
Just opened in Woburn. It's an Italian restaurant. They have Neapolitan pizza.
What's the Easy Pie?
The Easy Pie is in Revere. So they showed up. They made the Sweet 16 2 years ago. Great social media team. They have crazy pizzas as well, like dessert pizzas, like a s'mores pizza. Unbelievable.
Whoa.
So, we got Pasto as well. So on this one, Mike, Chini, City Slicker, Chow, and Brewer's Fork. Who do you got coming out of here?
It's a tough one for me because I love the boys over at Chini's. Brewer's Fork is absolutely throwing fastballs. I think Chini's, from a pure marketing perspective, I think they're going to take the W here. Brewer's Fork has a really deep following, so I'm going to go Chini's. There might be maybe an upset there.
It's a good program over there at Chini's.
They
collaborated with Wiggy. They got that going. City Slicker makes their debut in the Roni Rumble.
They look good, man.
Shop out of Somerville. We'll see how they do. They're an unknown, but I agree, Mike. Everybody loves Chow in Chelsea.
Right? Chow in Chelsea is one that I've had on my bucket list for a while. I don't know what's stopping me from going there, and it's a small little spot right off the bridge.
I agree, Mike. I think Chini's is going to come out of here. They're making good pizza right now. They got a deep squad. They got the Star Pizza as well. Yep. They can handle crowds at the Garden.
Did you see what they did for Valentine's Day? They had the pepperoni roses.
Anything but the heart-shaped pizza. So I was all for it.
No, they didn't do heart-shaped. They had the pepperonis as a rose.
I saw. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah, I think Chini comes out of there. And then don't forget Louis. They're probably, Square Deli and Louis are probably my top 3 with Santarpio's. It's just a question of how strong is their social media, but Louis is unbelievable in Woburn.
Avenue makes a mean Detroit style.
Oh, yeah.
I love the guys there. It's a little smaller than maybe some other places, but Avenue Brown Jug, it's a nice little matchup there up there.
Oh yeah, that's a tough group. I mean,
really crazy.
They all have an equal social media following too, so that's going to be a true, Avenue's the only Detroit style. Detroit style didn't perform well last year, Joe, so I feel like it was new to the world, but, or at least New Englanders, so we'll see what happens. Let's go to the East seed and reveal the East bracket. No surprise, we got Santarpio's at #1. Mike, Regina made the #2 seed. I think the following might be upset that not a 1. Some people might put them even a 10 seed. So, the committee decided to put Regina's at a 2. Halftime was a Final Four last year. They're going to be a 3 seed. They're in a group with Ernesto's, Pico, and Umberto's a dangerous 6 seed. Mike, let's focus on this bracket at the top. You got Santarp's, Venice Pizza of Dorchester, which you're very familiar with. You with Bardo's and Quattro. So
this is very tough because they're all extremely different in their own ways. We love Mike over at Quattro. Venice Pizza is more, for me, Venice Pizza is like a steak and cheese stop. Honestly, I don't know the pizza all too well. Santarp's is going to be impossible to beat, in my opinion. I'm going to think Bardo's for the upset here. I'm going Bardo's.
So what people have to understand, and Joe, I know this is a social media tournament, right? I mean, as much as we might think one pizza is better than the other, Bardo's has a great following. Credit to them. They built up their social media. Mike, Bardo's is going to get this W. But Venice Pizza is kind of an unknown. They're kind of an unknown. So
Venice Pizza's under new ownership. I think that they're coming up in the world. They've only been
reposted. They made the play-in game. They reposted it, so they're in.
They're in their infancy here, and I think David over at Bido's is crushing it right now.
And Santapio's has a championship under my page, the first annual. I just think they're tired. They're tired.
And if it's social media, Santapio's. I mean, people just go off it by name.
Oh, I know. It's going to be a battle.
There's different ovens too.
Yeah,
I like a long shot here too.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I mean, I do think that the employees of Santarps, they're tired. They know these things are a grind, so I don't know if they're going to show up this year, but we'll see. And then, Mike, look below that, by the way. We got a family rivalry going on in Ducali and Boardwalk.
Oh my God!
That's going to be a war. That group. I don't want either of them to hate us.
It's going to make for a difficult Easter.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting.
This is a crazy bracket, huh? That side. Woof.
Oh, that bracket is loaded. The East is just loaded. I mean, Umberto's a 6 seed. Have you ever been to Joe? What's your favorite on this screen? Besides, you're probably familiar with Santos, but
I'm a grew up Regina guy, but I actually had Lincoln's.
Oh yeah,
I was really impressed, and I know there's some of them long shot, but super impressed with them.
Tons of followers. I mean, Lincoln, Mike and I went to, I think it was their 10th annual party. Great pizza. It's just a stacked region. So I mean, they could easily be a 5 seed, but they're at 13, and they got a tough matchup. Molinari's is good, Mike. They're in Dorchester, right? Or...
Yeah, Molinari's is up there, big time.
And Boardwalk just opened in Southie as well, so I'll be curious to see how this one shapes out. Halftime, we'll see if they make it back to the Final Four. Joe, you got to go in there. We went to the basement. They got like the old jerseys of the Eastern Conference NHL. It's unbelievable in there.
Oh, who doesn't love halftime, especially when it's mobbed and you can't wait to just eat something to put down your beer.
Exactly. Mike, you've been to Locale. I know you're a big Regina's guy, Mike, in that group on the right-hand side, but don't forget about Florina, who's very highly rated in Boston. And then Dirty Water Dough makes their debut in the Roni Rumble as well. Who do you got out of this group, Mike?
I'm taking Regina's. I have to. I mean, I got to say, Locale, they're doing an unbelievable job. We had one of the best nights ever when we went in there, but I think Regina's it's an unstoppable force in that region, and it's one of my all-time favorites. So it's my potential death row meal list. So.
I don't want to put. I mean, I just can't put my little spat with the manager in Station Landing, so I just can't. I can't take Regina's out of the group.
Well, I only go to the original. If we're putting all
it's the original. We got to go by the original.
OG, you got to go to the North End for Regina.
Hey man, growing up, going to the Braintree Mall as a kid, I'd stuff my face in Regina. And if I'm looking at all 4 of those pictures, the one I want to Regina. And not even, I know it's gonna win by name, guys. By presentation alone, I want the Regina. But again, we got some bubbles. We got some bubbles above it though.
Regina, they got that thick, a little too thick of a crust sometimes. But I mean, their quality is good. I'll give it to them there. So I agree. I think Regina.
You gotta go small pizza at Regina's. Well done.
I can't go small. Like that's not a normal pizza to me. You need to get a large.
That's the secret. That's the key.
South in bar pizza territory, where Mike is from, the deep South. Jay's Flying Pizza, Mike. The committee put Jay's Flying as number 1. Probably going to set off some fireworks. You people love poopsies down there. You love your Linwoods, but we put Jay's Flying right out of the house. What do you know about Jay's Flying Pizza, Mike?
I think it's the guy's house. I've never been there, but it looks absolutely bananas. The guy's slinging pizzas out of his house on Friday. I don't know if it's every day, Fridays, Saturdays, but something I've always wanted to try. It looks nuts.
Yeah, he gets the one seat.
An upset there, but that Trading Post, I went there a couple weeks ago, and it's probably a place that you want to talk dive bar pizzas. That is. It's like the ultimate. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's a fairly new spot. I think they pretty much came in new ownership. Didn't really renovate it, but it's got that capo basement feel where it's like old school 70s style bar. And they're slinging bar pizzas, and they're unbelievable. In that matchup, I'm thinking Trading Post might take the W there.
I do. I think, though, people love that bar pizza laced edge look, so that's going to be a battle. Jay's Flying and Trading Post, they're gonna trade some blows. That's a heavyweight bar pizza matchup. And Joe, I want you to pick the winner over there on the South region, A3.
I'm biased, but I'm a town spa guy. But if we're going out to eat, Linwood, baby. Linwood is you got to show up. Maybe you hit a round of golf, want some pizza. Linwood, and I think they're family members. So I'm telling you, we want a nice sit down bar pizza. I'm going Linwood for the win.
Yeah, I mean Linwood's probably going to come out of there. You got Edge though. Edge is a Detroit style pizza out of Sandwich in the Cape.
They're
making their debut.
All right, down on the Cape.
Watch out for it. Oh yeah, a couple of Cape clubs in here. But of all those 4 pizzas, which one you taking? 8-3 Venus, Poopsies, or
so I have had so many people tell me I've been invited to Poopsies. I've never had it, but looking at it there, it looks the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
But that crisp though.
That's a flatbread.
So that's where I'm going with that. It's sneaky, but it's a gimmick. And they go down to Poopsies. And listen, I love bubbles in my pizza.
You're a bubble guy, huh?
I'm a bubble guy when it comes to pizza, but I don't know. I think Poopsie's gonna move on by name and social media alone.
Do you know, Mike? Do you have any insight on this A3? I have not been to A3, but they love it.
I know nothing about it.
The crust looks soft.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks like a nice, nice style.
I think Poopsies will move on here.
Poopsies has such a hardcore following. People will know that and see it, whether or not they have a crazy Instagram or not. The Poopsies crowd they're frantic.
Crisp has a big following too, Mike. They messaged us to get in this tournament, so they're out for blood, and they had a big showing the first year. So we'll see.
I'd love to see it happen, but
they're well rested, coming off a layoff. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. And then finally, we're going to go west, where the defending champion, Roberto's Pizza of Sheffield. So, Joe, we had Sheffield, like the farthest possible town in Massachusetts, won this entire thing last year. So they're the 1 seed in the west. I love Joni's Pizza. They're up in Westford, Massachusetts, and they're in a group with Red Rose, Casa. This place, Casa in Ludlow, they can make like 5 different styles of pizza, whether it's New Haven, New York. I don't know. This guy does it all in Olo's and Worcester. Joe, your thoughts on those 4 pizzas on the right-hand side in that group?
Well, I see it looks like a little bit of a deep dish or some sort of interesting crust there for Casa.
That Casa guy. He does like crazy stuff with his pies. That's one style of cheese. I don't know. There's not a lot of his cheese pizzas online, but that's what I took.
I love the cup Roni's. If I'm looking by presentation alone, to me it's Joni's.
Nice, well done, New York style. Recently, I think they're a COVID baby, so they came out of COVID during the pandemic is when they opened.
Little well done. Ooh, it looks good.
Oh, it's delicious. It's so good. Mike, it's kind of like a I Love Frankie's type style pizza, nice and crispy.
We're looking at the bottom right-hand side.
Bottom left, Joni's, the white and tan.
Oh,
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Who do you get out of this group, Mike? Is that your favorite as well, Jim?
To be honest, Red Rose, if that's the one in Springfield, I've heard so many people telling us to go out there, it's not even funny. That's another rabid fan base where if you're from wherever Springfield is, they rave about this place.
Yeah, Rail Trail is the 2 seed because Roberto's won it all. But I mean, is anybody going to stop Rail Trail in that social media program?
Rail Trail has probably the strongest, IG presence in this maybe entire tournament. So they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and the place just cranks. It's such a good setup there. It's awesome. And then I know they're opening up in Milford too. So
the thing I'll piggyback on Rail Trail is it's great for families. Right, it's got the bar, it's got the 2 different areas. But dude, I had a street corn pizza.
Oh, the Mexican street corn pie! I got a picture of it. Unbelievable.
If you're trying to cover the market on not just pizza, not just meat, they know how to really cater to all audiences.
They even let people try to take the pizza out of the oven too.
Let's not go there, Mike. Let's not go there. I think we'll be back. I think we're going to be back in Hudson for the Final Four. So I'm going to get my redemption. And don't forget about Rail Trail's buffalo chicken pizza. People are not a huge fan of like flatbreads compared to the sourdough guys and all that, but like Rail Trail does a great job, and people should really go there and check out that operation. And you got the ice cream across the street too.
That's fun.
The creamery, yeah.
Oh, so good. And Mike, I'll be curious to see if I Love Frankie's can repeat their performance of last year. But there's 3 Final Fours in this region alone, so we're going to see a new Final Four.
That's a hammer of a Ginny's, Antonio's, I Love Frankie's. Like
Ginny's is awesome.
Some big names there.
So you've been to Ginny's, huh? You like Ginny's?
Oh yeah, I've had them all. Oh yeah.
Ginny's, I put like Ginny's in like my top 10. Oh, I love Ginny's, and they come out with like awesome pictures on social media too.
Some of my favorite paisans swear by Ginny's.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I Love Frankie's been hitting hard. I gotta tell you.
Yeah. They've been getting a ton of attention between Phantom Gourmet. They had Portnoy out there.
We were there first, though, Mike. I'm gonna take that.
You guys are the OG influencers.
We were there first. We
I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah, no. But no, Frankie's was awesome. That was a good time.
He's doing a good job out there. I mean, I still have dreams about that grandma slice.
Oh yeah.
Just a quick shout out to Slow Dough Pizza, man.
Oh,
they they were incredible. I love the dough, and they make a cookie. If you ever want to get in, I know we're sticking to pies, but they got a cookie pie. It's pretty good.
He's making his debut. He's an Eagles fan, Slow Dough, so he's in the top, very top right corner against Roberto's. So Slow Dough's a 9 seed. They'll be at Idle Hands Brewery on Friday. Mike, I might have to stop by there tomorrow at Idle.
Instead of my boy Josh over there.
He knows I love the dark beers too much over there, the Brunhilde.
Yeah.
Did you go to their like events and stuff, Joe, a couple of years ago?
So I worked. Josh was my radio producer.
That's
Josh
right. He was the radio.
What's up, bro?
I want them. I think it'd be awesome for Idle Hands to like host the Final Four, but it'd be impossible to get like all these pizzas over there. But maybe I'll have a talk to them tomorrow. But here's the bracket. So we're just gonna pick winners, guys. I mean, I know it's tough to do. 64 groups. We had some play-ins last night and today. They're ending. So who's your champion of the Roni Rumble?
Oof. See, I think Square Deli's going to have a real easy time on the way to the final there, but Linwood, I'm very biased about. And I know Poopsies is going to hang around, but I think Square Deli is going to take it this year, guys. And I'm not a big guy at taking square bets, meaning the number 1 seed. So if we're just sticking to the north, I'm going Square Deli.
I wouldn't mind going to Everett. That's a short trip for the Final Four.
I got to agree with Big Joe. Square Deli, they're running so hot right now with everything he's got going on. He's expanding. I know that. I think they're actually getting a bigger location.
Yeah, they are.
I got Square Deli up on top, and then I would love to see Trading Post be up there too, and then even Avenue, even throwing maybe a little bit of a different spin on it. I think again that Detroit style pizza is coming up. It's come a long way since the pandemic days, where I think we were just kind of introducing that style pizza. So between those three, I think Square Deli's going to run away with this thing. I really do.
I think that the threat with Square Deli could be Pasto. I mean, they got Juan, who is like a famous pizza maker now, Pizzaolo, however the hell you say it, in Somerville. So Pasto is always a threat. It depends if he wants to push with his millions of followers over there. But Pasto is a great operation. But I agree. I think this is Square Deli's year to make it to the Final Four. And Mike, I want to focus on the East region between Boardwalk and Ducali, the families. I think one of them is coming out of there into the Final Four. And I think Boardwalk's got something going on social media. They're making good pizza in Selfie. I don't know how halftime's going to do. I think they're still tired from last year's run, so we'll see.
They're pretty mad at us still.
Yeah, probably.
Guys, I think Regina's got a. The Eagles had a cupcake scheduled to the Super Bowl. I think Regina might have a cupcake scheduled to the elite, the Final Four.
Yeah, they should be there, right? On paper, they should be there. So I think anything less than Final Four is definitely a disappointment for them. The top right, I mean, Roberto should be back in the Final Four, but I mean, the Ginnies and the Jonies, they're ready to go. They're on their sophomore years here, so they've been open for a year or two. They should.
Ginnies Antonio's a great first round matchup, man.
Oh yeah,
I haven't had either.
Oh baby.
Oh, I know. You gotta go.
I gotta get out there. But Antonio's is what? UMass Amherst.
Yeah,
that's in Amherst, dude. Great pizza.
And let's not get to. Joe, have you had Pizza Project over there in the South, the 12 seed? They're in vitamin C all the time in that brewery.
I have not, but dude, brewery pizza rules, right? These guys come in, they make it by hand. It's hot. I am in on the brewery pizza guys, so that helps with the social media too.
Oh yeah,
you gotta get to Bardo's. This kid's cranking it over there.
Oh, Castle Island, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's it. That's the 2023 Roni Rumble picks and the selection show. Mike, thank you as always. And Joe, we hope to have you back for the Final Four preview in the Sweet 16.
Yes, and we'll have betting odds.
Yes. Absolutely. We will.